It's on to the planning guide. So here we have the planning guide on the left-hand side and then an example finished planning guide on the right-hand side. So they're going to brainstorm about a animated story using 2 sprites that will move across the stage using loops. Each sprite needs to include 2 different event scripts. So we'll have the green flag script to start them in the same position every time the green flag is clicked, and the either sprite clicked or key pressed script that will start the looping actions and any other actions that happen after the loop. They will choose their project theme. They can choose one of these themes. They can create their own story that doesn't have to be, they can do a story about their favorite sport or activity, family or culture, a story they've read that they like, or they can create their own. The actions, they have required actions. They have to have a required loop that has next costume, move, and wait. And that is going to be the animation that moves the sprites across the stage. Optionally, they can also include change color, say something, think something, or make a sound. And so they can choose one or more of these, and this will happen after the loop has completed. They'll fill in the blanks. My story theme is, so they'll write in what their story theme is. Then they can look in their workbooks to find sprites that they can add to their story, and they can put the names of those sprites from their workbooks. There's also some sprites in Scratch, so they can look in Scratch if they want. They'll choose their backdrop, and that's on page 86 in their workbook. We've got a list of all the backdrops. They can choose the backdrop and write the backdrop name in. And again, this is all planning to make it easier for when they're doing the build, so they're not searching for things. They've got everything written down. At the beginning, they click the green flag, and they'll have the green flag script that starts the sprites in a certain location with a certain costume every time the green flag is clicked. Then they will choose the events that will start each sprite's actions. So they'll circle which one that they want to use that will start the repeat loop. They can use another, this is an additional event block. So they'll have the green flag block for the starting the sprites in the same place. And then this is a second event block that they can use for the sprites actions. They can use another green flag block if they want. They can use a when sprite clicked or when key pressed, and they can choose which key that they want. They'll circle which key they want to have as the event that starts the actions. And they'll do that for the first sprite and for the second sprite. And at the end, after the sprites finish their looping actions, they will define what each sprite will do, either make a sound, say something, turn, change color, or another action block that they choose. And on the right, we've got the examples of things that are circled and things that are written in so that you can explain to them or show to them how exactly they should be filling out this planning guide, this first page. And on the second page of the planning guide, we have our ghost blocks where the students can write in exactly which Scratch blocks they're going to use to build their scripts. So the beginning, they can write in the go to XY block and then go back to whichever costume that they choose. Or if their sprite increased in size, set size to 100%. So they'll use those 2 for sprite 1 and sprite 2 to set their sprite back in the same position at the same size and same costume. In the middle, they'll circle whichever event block they chose, either key pressed or sprite clicked. And if they did choose one green flag, they can just write that in. And they'll choose that, and then they'll write in whichever key they chose. If they chose the key press, which key they are going to press in order to start the actions. And then in the repeat loop, they can put in how many times they're going to have repeats. So the number, they'll write the number in the circle, and then they can write in the ghost blocks, the gray ghost blocks, the actions that will repeat, which will be wait, move, and next costume. So they'll be writing those in because that is what the animation will be for the middle to make the sprites move across the stage. And at the end, they will circle the block that they will add to the bottom of the repeat loop, not inside, but outside the repeat loop for the last action that the sprites, action or actions, they can do more than one, that the sprites will do after the loop has completed. And we do have a gray ghost block for this also, if they choose to have the sprites do a different action from the blocks that we've listed here. We've included the Build Your Scratch Skills videos so that if students want to add a little bit more creativity, or if they're not sure how to do a change costume or how to edit a costume or add a sound, they can do that and add color effects. If they haven't tried that yet, this video will show them how to add color effects, which is really kind of a cool thing to do in Scratch, especially if the sprites only have 1 or 2 colors in their costume.